My question here regarding your point about affecting the oviduct. Do you think that if we get an early infection before production period, it's going to affect the oviduct or just the respiratory system?
Well, I guess your information is more valuable than mine. I do not know scientific literature about it. I have seen flocks with high titers against H9 by infection, and they perform well. So in my idea, it could be maybe, I do not know if you would put an H9N2, the strain that can really affect the oviduct at a very young age, what that would mean. In my experience and knowledge, but like I said, with H9N2, you know more than I do. I have not seen permanent damage when the infection was somewhere in the rearing period.
Okay. Okay, but I think I agree with you that if we, in general, by the effect of H9N2 in layers and breeders, playing a role always in the beak in the area of the beak, and this is the damage, and we don't see really infection on later on. In 42, 45 weeks, we see something else, and it comes the drop in production. It can be sharp with the co-infection, either Newcastle or IB, whatever. Or alone, you can see that there is a drop in the production, but we call it's not shark teeth. It's not like this. This is what we call it. But in general, from our experience, just to share it with you, that H9 in the breeders and layers always in the beak period area where it's hitting the birds and showing the aggressivity of the virus when it's hitting. That's why we need the people to give a good vaccine, good biosecurity. Otherwise, one hand cannot clap, especially in their period. And during the early stage, rearing period, really, we saw the high antibodies. We see that there is a challenge, but it's not much clinical signs in the birds. Usually, we see that effect of the H9 on the peak of production area. This is my comments regarding this. Thank you.
We are working, I'm leading a European project for looking for the virulence markers for non-notifiable influenzas, like H9, like we had this Belgian H3N1, which if you give this H3N1 to young birds, most birds do not even get infected. If you give the same virus to adult layers, 60% dies, and the rest will stop laying eggs because the oviduct is exploding. So we are working then, let's say, on how to recognize the virulence of the not H5, H7 strains, because you can have mild strains and you can have a disaster, and we don't know how to type it unless we see something in the field. There's still a lot of work to do.